Alright guys, today we can go ahead and do our breakdown of the offensive line versus the Detroit Lions. Now, I was expecting Jake Browning to get sacked like 100 times in this game just because of how bad the offensive line has played this year. But surprisingly enough, he did not. And again, against the Lions is actually very surprising. As always, when I go throughout these videos, I do have to go slow for obvious reasons because of the fact that YouTube would take down my video if not. So let's go ahead and just go through this real fast. Bam. First play of the game. We see 1-on-1 there. We see 1-on-1 underneath here. 1-and-1. So far, first play of the game, pretty good blocking. Pocket is still perfect. I mean, if Jake wanted to, he could even step up in the pocket right there. Obviously, he doesn't. Jake is not a guy who moves around the pocket much, and we've learned this very quickly as we've watched him throughout, this year especially. But he is a very stationary pocket, just statue thrower. But that first play, I mean, you could see everyone has their guy, no issue at all. I mean, this is literally the cleanest pocket we probably have seen in some time. Jake throws the ball gets, what is this, tipped to the line of scrimmage? Yep, it gets tipped. So, tipped, incomplete on the play, and that's going to result in a 2nd down and 10. So, just an unfortunate play across the board, but not really a fault of the offensive line at all. They actually played pretty good in that first play. Next play later is a run play. As always, run plays are difficult because how quickly everything sets up. But we do have a 1-on-1 here. We got a 1-on-1 here, 1-on-1 here. And we are creating this kind of area right here for the running back to be able to sneak out of. So let's see if he does take that for granted. And that actually collapses very quickly. Mainly because of this area right here, it collapses. And he gets actually a pretty big chunk of yards. And that was actually not that bad of a run play, to be honest. Not many good run plays. Oh, wait, it's a JP run. That's why. Anyway, this is 1-on-1. We got a little bit of a wedge here. We got P. Ryan here in the backfield to help out. So he's probably going to kind of look to see what's going on with Orlando Brown here. If Orlando Brown gets overwhelmed, he'll help. If not, he's going to split out. So we see this a lot of times with tight ends or running backs. Kind of the block and release play angle here. But as the play is going, we see right here, 1-on-1. All these guys, again, for the most part, have their guys. Now, eventually here, you can see this guy gets away from Mims. He gets away from Mims, and he's going to go like this toward the quarterback. Which, right here, Jake gets sacked by Hutchinson. But, I mean, that's not a fault of the offensive line. That's a fault of Jake Browning. I mean, for Pete's sake, Jake. There's a motto in the NFL. If you hold the ball for longer than 5 seconds, you are the one at fault for getting sacked. Okay? You are the one at fault. This looks a lot longer than 5 seconds. Maybe it's like 4.5. But that's a very, very long play where, again, you're backing up, you're maneuvering in a negative way toward the pocket, you're just going to get sacked, man. Now, there was a penalty flag in the end. So, let's see this play. Next play later, it's a play action pass. And you can see right here, we do have a free blitzer who we actually did fool this guy right here because you can see he's actually looking at the running back here. He doesn't expect Jake to keep this ball at all. You can see he doesn't expect Jake to keep this ball at all. So Jake's going to roll out here. You can see his ankles shattered. You got a receiver here and you got a receiver here. So, Jake, where are we going with this football? And he goes for the underneath guy, which makes sense because that's Jamar Chase. Gets that catch. Gets that play. Nice misdirection. There's another flag on the play. There was a lot of flags during this game, so I'm actually not surprising at all. A lot of them, surprisingly enough, were on the Lions, though. So we did catch a break for that said reason. Next play later, it's going to be a play action here. So this is a play action again. So literally same play twice. And this time we're going to see that 92 is not going to be looking at the running back. He's learned his lesson from the play before. That's why running the same freaking play twice, Zach, does not help out anyone. Because 92 is not confused this time. He knows exactly what you're doing. You just ran it like 10 seconds ago. This one's incomplete, intended for T. Higgins. I don't know what you would expect anything else to happen. I mean, you just ran the same play twice, dude. Like, maybe you get him on the first time, you did. The second time, you're not going to get him. Like, you're not. Just not going to happen. Nonetheless, though, look at that. Got a clean pocket going on. Everyone has their guy. All right. And, yeah, I mean, you can't really complain about that. That ball was just... Why is it so highly thrown? Hold up. There's not really a guy right here in Zach's face, in Jake's face, and he's open. I don't know why Jake threw this so high. I mean, bro had to go up so high for that ball. That's a hospital ball. Because you got two defenders coming right at Chase Brown. Especially, Yoshi, excuse me. You got two defenders coming right at Yoshi. Just don't throw the ball 60 yards in the air, Jake. You got to throw the ball somewhat, level to the player. Dang, man. Something that he does definitely struggle on. Next play later. 1-on-1. 1-on-1. And did they call this play dead? Yeah, they called this play dead. I was about to say, like, those guys did not look like they were pass rushing at all. Delay of game. False start penalty on the Bengals. Yep. I guess that's the offensive line. Woo. And then this cluster. But this is a screen pass, so this is okay. I'd say okay. It's a screen pass. You're supposed to let the guys in order to throw it over their head and catch the ball and get behind the defenders. So that's why I say it's okay. Obviously, for circumstances, this is fine. Anyway, we punt the ball in the first drive. It's not surprising. It's typical. First down and 10, Zach Taylor does run the ball here. I mean, really, this is just a cluster fluff. You would like to see, in the potential here, you would like to see maybe Chase Brown bounce out to the outside. Because you're not going to get anything inside here. You're going to have to bounce it to the outside if you want to get anything. He doesn't. He just takes the 2 yards, and that's it. Again, like to see that on the outside. So starting off right away, we have this bad boy up here. So this guy is going to get the beat on Orlando Brown. Now, Orlando Brown has to recover. He has to maneuver this guy around Jake and, help out Jake here. He does. That does not. Okay. He recovers, but he's not able to get control of this guy. So this guy is going to get straight to Jake. And very lucky that was not a fumble in the play, because that's the type of plays that could cause fumbles. Guy comes behind you, you're not expecting it. Bam, he hits your arm. Ball comes out. You lose the play. All right. Next play later, 3rd down and 4. Let's see. Hold up. There we go. Okay, my bad. Just lost the play for a second. All right. We got Hutch versus Mims. Hutch is getting the inside, or the outside angle on him, but you can see he's going straight to Jake. But look at that. Mims, great job there keeping Hutch out of the play. As you can see, this is where, Jake is going. Incomplete. Very predictable plays. We have to punt the ball yet again. Now, second quarter. Next play later. It's going to be a pass play here. This one, you got the running back, because first off, Orlando Brown's getting beat on this play. So the running back comes in, helps the block a little bit, saves Orlando Brown's butt. But then you see right here on the top of your screen, that's going to be straight. Now, you might say, if you're new, why did he let him go? Why didn't he block him for longer? This is a block and release play. The concept of this play is he's supposed to block him for a certain amount of time and then release him to the quarterback. Now, the quarterback can throw it to the tight end here on the block and release play. And you can see he is booty butthole naked. Now, Jake's going to instead throw it down the field, and it gets picked off at the 17-yard line. So instead of taking your block and release play on 1st and 10, first off, what this would do is it gives you he's going to at least get 5 or 6 yards, probably to the 5 or 6 yard line, get you a little bit out of the hole of being backed up on your goal line. And what it also does, it lets you be able to, make it a little bit easier for a punter if you have to punt, and also not throw a freaking interception. That's also another factor that's really nice about that concept, is not throwing a freaking interception because of that. Jake kills me, man. Jake actually kills me. Line, perfect blocking right here. Don't see any issues so far. Okay. Check down, pass across the middle. Right there, if Jake would have gotten sacked, that is not a line problem right there. That is a Jake problem. He holds the ball too dang long. Play action pass here. It's going to be a quick pass to the left-hand side. Again, even before that. So far, very clean. Against one of the best teams in football, if not the best team in football. And we're in the second quarter here, and I really, maybe 2 or 3 times can I say that this line has given up anything. Look at that. Bro. Shot clock. How long are you going to take to throw the ball, dude? I'm sorry, but I can't, man, this guy takes a while. You watch Joe, and everyone likes to trash Joe for that, saying he takes too long to throw the ball, holds on the ball too long. It's not true. You watch Jake, man, it is night and day. It is absolutely night and day when it comes to that. Samaje Perine's such a good runner of the football. Very underrated guy right there when it comes to running the football. All right, so Jake is going to do like a 20-yard freaking drop back. First off, he has a check down option as always, but so far, not bad at all. So eventually here, Hutch is going to come in. You can see he ends up beating his guy on the end, but that's also because, again, like 10 seconds in that pocket, man. Got to throw that ball quicker than that, dude. You got to get that ball out of your hands. All right, next play later. That's a clean pocket right there. Everything looking good for Jake. Throws completed to Jamar Chase for a gain of a couple. It's like that's another thing that I think it's really frustrating here is like not only does he take 17 seconds to throw the ball, it's also a factor of he doesn't even throw it down the field in those 17 seconds. He'll still check it down, which he could have done like in 2 seconds, but instead he takes 17 seconds. All right, Mims has his guy. We have a clean pocket right here. Again, getting a little bit close for comfort here, but bro, look at this. Watch this. Come on, throw it now. Now you throw it. And it's incomplete. Now you throw it. You have to get that ball out faster than that, bro. It is insanity. I mean, we're at almost 5 minutes to go in the second quarter here, and I really, like I said, I have zero plays so far I can list where the line did anything bad. This play right here, Hutch does a really good concept. So you have one-on-one here. So he's going to actually go from the outside on the inside and then go straight to the quarterback. So this is actually just a really good play by Hutch. Ends up getting sacked for a safety. This is not a safety because there's a penalty flag. So that's 16 points. Bro's gut. I don't know why I didn't see that during the broadcast, but okay. Ends up being a penalty flag on the play, so that is nullified as not a safety. But that right there is just a good play by Hutch. I don't even blame the offensive line for that play as much. Just a good play by Hutch. Play action pass here. You can see right here, Teddy K is getting beat by his guy. So that guy is going to come in ends up just long enough to not have any issue. Incomplete pass on that play. Yet again, it seems like. Next play later. Pass play here. This one, Orlando Brown's going to get beat by Hutch. But again, Orlando, can you recover? He does recover pretty nicely. But then Teddy K gets beat by his guy. So, honestly, Orlando Brown, really great against Hutch there. But Teddy K lets his guy come in free, which is going to make, Jake have to run around. Rolls out to his left, looking, throws, and it's intercepted. And that's going to be out of bounds, so we don't have to worry about that. But flag next play later. This offense is so inept, I swear. It is a very inept offense. 3rd down and 15. It's going to go and be a pass play here. Orlando Brown look like he's getting beat on this play. But again, like I said, it's not if you get beat, it's how you recover. Especially with the tackle. It's not really guards. You get beat at a guard position, you're pretty much GG. I mean, again, that's protection right there. That's protection. You have time. You throw it down the field, it's intercepted. Oh, baby. Yeah. Intercepted. Next drive later. Again, keep in mind, all these 2 interceptions, okay? We're looking at right there. Constantly we're getting stopped. It is 14-0. People really don't process this, I guess. We are getting stopped. We're throwing picks, and our defense only allowed 14 points. And one of those picks was on the 17-yard line, so it's understandable. I'm just saying, I think people do not appreciate the defense enough. This defense has to deal with so much crap. And it's just like constantly over and over again. Like, they need to get somewhat of credit. Run play here for a couple yards by Jake Browning. That was not on the forecast for a Jake Browning run. Next play later. Pocket. Now, this is a rare occasion where Jake actually gets the ball out quickly. You can see this. He gets that ball out quickly to Jamar Chase and completes it and actually moves the chains. So, shout out to Jake for that because he actually did something there. Next play later. Okay, bro. That's the line of scrimmage, okay? Why are we dropping back 18 yards? You know it really is hard to do as a tackle position? When your quarterback drops back 18 yards and you have to maneuver the guy 18 yards backwards. Jake's going to roll up in the pocket. Again, something he has not done many times. He runs. Completes it to Yoshi. He is so dang lucky. He threw it. This is where he threw the ball. That's the line of scrimmage. This play was very close to not being a play at all. And actually a play that we would be talking about as a penalty flag. So we're very lucky that was not a flag. Next play later. Pocket clean. Throws, completes it to Chase. Good play by Chase. Again, so far, really no complaints from this offensive line-wise. Obviously, again, the offensive line not perfect, throughout the season. But this game so far, really no complaints. Next play later. Mims does get beat on this play. But again, how does he recover? Recovers fine. Pass thrown. Caught. T. Higgins. And that's going to be a first down and some. All right. Next play later. Who got beat here? Okay, so it looks like... Oh, it's a screen pass. Okay. It's a screen pass. So your job is to let the guys in. Not really a big deal then. I thought for a second someone got beat on that play. Look at that pocket. Look at that pocket, bro. Okay, Jake takes 7 seconds to throw the ball. 10 seconds to throw it. He ends up outrunning the whole entire defense. and he gains a couple yards on the play. Because of that, then we get a stupid penalty flag for a delay of game because Zach Taylor can't run a freaking anything. It's just... Okay, then Orlando Brown... Hutch just runs straight past Orlando Brown. Straight past Orlando Brown, right to the quarterback. So, you can see right there. Bam! Straight past Orlando Brown, straight to the quarterback. Alright, and then we kick a field goal. We get the ball solved the second half. Again, all that failure on offense in that first half, we allowed 14 points. With one of them being literally a pick at the 17-yard line. If Joe Burrow would have played this game, we would have won. Okay? Just want to stress that enough. We would have won. This offensive line in this game so far in that first half was not horrendous. It was not bad at all. It played pretty good. Run play up the middle. Nothing there. Well, there's nothing there because Chase Brown. I love Chase Brown, but Chase Brown, he doesn't run like Samaje Perine at times, I feel like. Samaje just been a monster. Is this the interception? I think this is the interception. Yep, this is the interception. Chase is out of the backfield wide open. We're going to see a simple thing here. Gesicki is up here. And this is the interception. Jake has all day to throw this ball. All of it just to be intercepted. Because Jake is a dum-dum. And Jake decided that this was a good play to get picked off on. I mean, yeah. You literally have Chase right over here as a check down option. And, yeah, it's picked off because Jake Browning hates that we love happiness. Anyway, sorry. Next play later. Well, next drive later, excuse me. It's a run play here. Actually, one of our good runs of the game, I will say. Because we didn't have that many good runs. We haven't had many good runs in a bit of time, actually. Run the ball again. Next play later, pass play here. Okay, pocket clean. Everyone has their guy. It looks like eventually now, though, this guy's going to... 60... that's Fairchild. Fairchild's going to try to block this guy, but the guy's going to go straight through Fairchild to Jake. Which, I'm not sure why. This was a really weird play. He just went straight through Fairchild. So I'm not... okay. So Fairchild tries. You can see right here. He tries to, like, bump him. But he fails, and he just gets straight to Jake. I guess Fairchild wasn't paying attention to him, and just... he came in late as a blitzer, so he just kind of let him go. I'm not sure why exactly, because that type of play on 3rd and 3, you would like to see, again, you know, something actually, like, getting the guy, but okay. Pocket clean right there. Pass thrown. Incomplete. 10 for T. Higgins. Now it's 3rd down and 6. It's going to be a pass play here. Looking. Mims is going to get beat, but does Mims recover? Mims does recover. Look at that recovery. Now, what you like to see on 3rd and 8, right? I mean, you would like to see him moving up in the pocket there. And he does actually take off running, and he gets it. Good job, Jakey. So exactly what you wanted to see there. But again, you know, Mims recovering on that. You love to see that, man. You love to see Mims recovering on that as he was getting beat on the play. Next play later, play action pass. Looking to be play action. But you see right here, Orlando Brown Jr. gets beat out on the matchup by Hutch. So this ball has to come out now. It's completed by Gesicki. Again, you know, just ball has to come out because Orlando Brown Jr. does get beat on that play by Hutch. It is what it is. Still a bad look for Orlando Brown Jr. to get beat on that play, but it is Aiden Hutchinson. We're not going to sit here and act like he's not a great player. He is a great player. Next play later. It's going to be a pass play here. Looking, has all day to throw it. That's going to be a matchup right there. But I'm going to guess exactly what I thought. Bam. And then, obviously, it's a thrown incomplete pass on the play. Will be a penalty flag. And I'm going to guess that is on pass interference on defense. Let's go. I don't know why I'm saying let's go when the game's already over, but I am happy whenever the Bengals get something good. Right here. Look at that. Pocket clean. Clean pocket. Clean pocket. Throws the ball. It's going to be completed to the right-hand side. And again, just not looking bad for this offensive line today. So far, we have not found many plays where I can really complain. Okay, did I skip a play? No, I didn't. Okay. Next play. It'll be a little bit of a thing here. Rolls out to the right-hand side. Not bad. Again, guy did get... This is why I went skip forward here. Okay, so... Fairchild does get bulldozed here, which so far we have seen this a couple times now by 48. He does kind of, or 46, he does kind of bulldoze straight through Fairchild, which, you know, you don't love to see, but it is what it is. 3rd and 8, we run the ball. Obviously, you're playing for 4-down territory at this point. You're down 28-3, and you're not Tom Brady. Pocket clean. Let's see. Pass play looking incomplete. And there is a flag. There is a flag. There is a flag. Let's go. That's going to be on defense, I believe. Yes, on defense. All right, 1st down 10. Oh, man, you got to love it when the refs do that stuff. All right. All day to throw it. Let's look. Pocket collapsing, throws the ball. So again, like I said, yes, at the very beginning, you know, you can make the argument, right? Well, the guy was in his face, right? Pocket collapsed on that play. That's why you got to get the ball out quicker. That's why you got to get the ball out quicker here. When you have this much time, you got to get that ball out quicker. And then you also have Jake, who can also maneuver around, and that's a touchdown to Jamar Chase. And that's going to be a 28-10 score. Okay. What am I doing? Hold up. My bad. All right, next drive later, after the touchdown, we would get back-to-back touchdowns. This is going to be a run play. Now, I will say to Zach Taylor's credit, he did do this most of the, you know, we saw in the beginning of this game with the whole, he kept countering it to the quarterback. Now he gives it to the running back, so a little bit of a misdirection, and actually works out pretty well, and he gets 10-plus yards on the play, so does actually work out pretty well in that play. Then we run our flea flicker, and it doesn't help that Orlando Brown Jr. literally gets annihilated by Aiden Hutchinson, which allows him to just strictly run straight into the play. Which, yeah, doesn't help when Orlando Brown Jr. We run a flea flicker, and that's the one time you cannot afford to get beat. You know, like, that's the one time. Flea flicker is dangerous play to call, and that's the one play you want to get beat on. This one is... What is going on here? Do not tell me Jalen Rivers did not know what was going on in that play. Hold up. Hike it, right? He doesn't. Jalen Rivers didn't do anything on that play. He just, watch this play. He just stands there. Bro. It's like he's an NPC and he hasn't been turned on yet. Like, look at this. Jalen Rivers just literally stands there. Wow. Okay, well that's not the offensive play you want to see. That's not the offensive line play you want to see. That was horrendous. That was atrociously bad. Next play later, you're going to see right here, how does Orlando Brown Jr. recover from this? Not bad. He actually recovers pretty well. And that's a touchdown. Let's go. That's a touchdown to Jamar Chase. And that's actually a pretty good play there. All right. Next drive later, we're down by 18. Pass play here. Looking. Clean pocket. Clean pocket. Pass play is completed. That one is to Chase. T, not Chase. Anyway, now we're in the territory. Pass play here. Looking. That's clean. Again, it's just how you recover here. You like to see that ball come out quick, but it does not with, for some reason with Jake, he has a problem with getting that ball out quickly. Next play later, this is Drew Sample going one-on-one with a patch rusher, with an edge rusher. That's not going to go out well, and guy gets straight to Jake. Jake ends up throwing it and completing it anyway to Mike Gesicki. So actually really good play right there by Jake. Making the most out of nothing is what you want to see right there. Pass play here down the field, and it is caught by Yoshi, man. Yoshi not getting many targets or, chances so far this season, especially now with Jake in, making a play out of plays there. Hutch right here. Now, I believe this is offsides because he does look like he gets shot out of a cannon. Is this offsides? Hold up. This is not offsides. So Orlando Brown Jr. just got beat on the play. Wow. Okay. I thought that was going to be offsides. Not offsides. Okay. Wait. So right here, Orlando Brown Jr. gets beat on the play again. Back-to-back plays, but this one does recover somewhat well, but not the greatest. Now, obviously, great play right there by Jake Browning to get out of the pocket and make a play. Next play later, pocket's clean. Pass play looking, incomplete. Oh, you love to see on that play. Yoshi not being able to catch it. Next play later, that's clean. This is an easy touchdown to T. Higgins, excuse me. Keep saying Jamar Chase instead of T for some reason. All right, so we get the ball back. Following that up with 1:54 to go in the ball game. And we get sacked for a safety. So, yeah. Which you don't love to see, man. You don't love to see this. Guy goes right through Fairchild. Right through Fairchild. Across the board, wasn't the worst offensive line performance, to be honest. But definitely wasn't perfect. But it wasn't the worst. It really wasn't. There was a couple plays where Jalen Rivers, Orlando Brown Jr., but Fairchild got beat a couple times, but not the craziest. Not the worst. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. See you guys next one.